chariots, upper millstone as riding on lower millstone. I'm going to the strong definition.
I think America gonna be great again, huh? I stay hope.
By extension, cavalry. By analogy, a rider.
The Native American, you gotta appreciate that word cavalry, man.
Yeah.
Cavalry came in and saved the day against gas. You know, so it's like the rescuers almost. So that same type of rescue is gonna come with a chariot show.
It says a team, by extension, cavalry.
Yep.
Cavalry is like our army, right?
Yep. The branch of the army will come to rescue.
Yeah.
Like the POWs or whatever. You know? Yep. Backup, yep.
And was that in Habakkuk, in the 3rd chapter, where it says, "He shall invade them with his troops"?
Yep.
The Lord's coming with his own cavalry.
It says, it shows the common, it says, I guess in Genesis 50 and 9, especially military chariots.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the Lord's army. You know, a part of it.
Yep.
You know, but we know,
the Air Force.
chariots have multiple.
We're the ground troops, and they're the Air Force. Celestial, heavenly Air Force.
Truth be told, chariots is the Navy. The chariots come up out, go in the sea and come out of the sea. Leave it already.
The Bible is part of the army.
Yeah.
The missiles are part of the army.
They destroy and then also deliver. You know, they got multiple use for the chariots. They're in the midst of these tornadoes, these hurricanes. I'm pretty sure his chariots out there, when Esau used his due, I'm pretty sure he used it in probably a cities of brothers is at. The chariots probably blocked that shit. And Esau's wondering why it didn't work here. Because he got the chariot that's, you know, even though they have that direct energy shit, the chariots block that. An invisible chariot that we can't see because we're not in that 4th dimension like the angels. You know? They don't, man, we barely understand, but the power of the Lord, and it's, you know, it's we call it technology, but it's glorious power.
We're just imagining the many wonders that the Lord can do, trying to make sense out of it, but we'll understand in due time.
Yeah. When it's needful.
Did you ask something, Mark?
2 Samuel 22.
You say 2 Samuel?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah. Well, you can read it. If that's what you had, you can read it.
I had 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him.
Right.
Hey, and King David, he was a man after the Most High's heart. And it was David that said it be more of them. It be more of us than of them. So even he knew.
Judas Mackie said that too. Something's going to happen, right? Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have war.
Yep. That's why we're in the condition we're in now. We're war over our spirit. We've been in a losing battle, and now the elect have been risen, you know, activated, so to speak. Now we have a fighting chance. All right? Y'all got it.
And 2 Samuel 22 start at somebody could start at verse 4.
2 Samuel 22, starting at verse 4. I will call on the Lord Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. When the waves of death...
It said calling upon the Lord, right?
Yep.
Nate, calling upon the Lord, right? The name of the Lord?
Yep.
What is his name? And what is his son's name if thou canst tell?
Yep.
Go ahead.
When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about.
And that's, of course, King David being poetic, of course. He's in the midst of battle. and he's being outnumbered. He's overwhelmed by the amount of soldiers that's rolling up on him. Because yeah, King David, he was killing tens of thousands and putting dudes to death. But in this particular instance, he got overwhelmed.
Yeah, he's still a man.
He's still a man at the end of the day, right? He was a mighty man, but he was still a man. So what did King David do? He cried unto the Lord.
Hey,
What did the scripture quoted last night? It's not man's might that saves you.
yeah, victory standeth not in the multitude. Yeah, victory standeth not in the multitude of the host, but strength cometh from heaven.
First back to these 3.
Yep.
That's why a lot of times in the old accounts, when we was at war, our numbers was lower than the other nations. That was all due for the glorification of Yahweh.
Right.
That's what literally what it's saying in that account of Gideon.
Verse 6. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried to my power. And he did hear my voice out of his temple. And my cry did enter into his ears. The righteous cry unto the Lord. He ripped them out of their trouble.
The Lord is a strong tower. And
Righteous run into it and are safe.
Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook. Because
Yeah.
So the Most High, when King David cried to the Lord in this battle, the Lord caused a quake. He shook the earth up. He caused it to thunder, all that. You know? These are the type of things the Lord was doing on behalf of those of men whose heart was perfect towards him. You see that? This is what he was doing for King David. Go ahead.
it says because he was wrong.
Because the Most High was wroth. If you try to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, hey man, he that touches you touches the apple of my eye.
We'll be angry too if somebody put their hands on your woman. It says, there went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a chariot and did
He rode
fly.
upon a chariot. So an angel came down, all right? Go ahead.
And he was seen upon the wings of the wind.
Uh-huh.
And he made darkness pavilions round about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Lord Yahweh thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice.
Uh-huh.
And he sent out arrows and scattered
Last
them.
part.
Lightning.
So he was eventually using lasers, like how when the Lord comes back with the chariots, are they going to be zapping people with laser beams of fire? Listen to what King David is describing in his. This is a psalm of deliverance, man.
That's right.
This literally is an event that happened with him. Read it again, bro. Read up a couple verses.
It says through verse 13.
The Lord really did this.
Yeah.
Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice. And he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning and discomfited them. And the channels of the sea appeared. The foundations of the world were discovered at the rebuking of the Lord Yahweh, at the blast of the breath of his nostrils. He sent from above.
He sent from above.
And took me.
And what?
Took me.
And took me. Took me. That's what happened. That's David.
Didn't he grab Ezekiel like that too? And took him.
He took him by the hair.
By the hair.
Yeah, he took him by the hair and teleported him. Yeah. It was an angel that took Ezekiel.
Habakkuk.
Habakkuk, yeah.
It says he drew me out of many waters.
And what is that? The many waters? Those soldiers.
Yeah.
You know they have to be bugging out,
It was
bro.
like the DLC in the Matrix 2, Reloaded or whatever. When he was fighting all the mages, he was like, when he flew out, versus him being snatched out. I got it.
Those waters is talking about those floods.
Yeah.
Like we read Isaiah 59, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, then shall the Lord lift up a standard against them.
Can I read this one out real quick? It's Isaiah 31:5 in the NLT. It says, "The Lord of heaven's armies will hover over Jerusalem and protect it like a bird protecting its nest. He will defend and save the city. He will pass over it and rescue." So it says hover. That's an Air Force, man. That's a chariot, a vehicle. You know. So we know that the
helicopters
do that. They'll pluck you out of the wilderness, the forest. They'll pluck you out of the waters or something.
It also says to defend it and to save it. You know, to defend by default, you're also attacking.
You know? You have to be attacked. Right.
That's part of that charge that the angels is giving over the to keep them in all their ways. To keep means to preserve. So it's going to be danger around us, but we're going to be kept from it and preserved from those people. Continue on.
One more verse.
Verse 18, 2 Samuel 22 and 18. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them that hated me, but they were too strong for me.
There it is. That was too strong, so the Lord delivered me. And right now, hey, Esau is strong like a motherfucker, man. He's the modern Pharaoh. Motherfucker, world power. Come on, man. Like we were just talking about earlier, man. This motherfucker got dual weapons, microwave weapons, robots, drones. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. He got a space force.
Revelation where it says no more sea.
When it says no more sea, basically all their armies are going to be wiped out. It doesn't mean that there ain't going to be no more nations. That's what IUIC teach now. No, that's saying that after the Lord comes back and judge and make war, there ain't going to be all the nations, their armies are going to be subdued. They're going to be wiped out. So they're not going to have any military might to fight. Right? Yeah, man.
I got something. This is 1 Maccabees 3 and 19. For the victory of battle stands not in a multitude of hosts, but strength comes from heaven. They come against us in much pride, right, and iniquity to destroy us. One of the symbols of Esau is that bald eagle, man, which is an apex predator. Okay, the apex predator, the eagle don't have no natural born enemy. You know, Esau, they have satellites to the sky, called GOD, Global Orbiting Device, and they're able to look at where you at from off a ping of your phone. They got towers around.
Yeah, they consume, like the eagle's vision is super high. The eagle's vision is crazy. They can zoom in on you with these satellites.
Remember they had that one eagle eye?
That's crazy.
It showed you the power and this devil, power and the technology this devil possessed. And that was a movie. We know in these movies they don't be giving us maybe a third of what they really are capable of. Well, this devil is really thinking that he's the Most High, all seeing. That's why he put the dollar on that dollar bill, that pyramid with the eye on it, all seeing eye.
One of the things with Egypt, because the Lord said he's going to bring those plagues of Egypt again. Egypt, every time that the Lord brought a plague on them, they always thought that they had something to counteract that.
Yeah.
They had a god or something to battle that.
Magi's, Pharaoh's Magi, and sorcerers. That they duplicated some of the miracles, but they got to a point where they said, "Hey, I can't do this shit. I can't work with that."
That's those miracles that those Egyptians were able to have. That shows you the Lord. They was giving those miracles and blessings. Satan,
He gave Esau these miracles and blessings. You know? And then Satan is setting up Esau